Did you know that up to 78% of Americans are stuck in the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle? In an odd, comforting way, this lets us know we're not alone on this journey. What's even more interesting is that this percentage goes across different income brackets. So it's not just middle-income or lower-income Americans, as some would instinctively assume, but even people making $100,000 or more are living paycheck-to-paycheck. When we take income out of the equation, some factors plaguing the paycheck-to-paycheck epidemic include living beyond our means, increasing housing and food prices, poor saving habits, a dependence on credit, emotional spending, and lack of impulse control. If we want to build a budding wallet, we must figure out how to stop living paycheck to paycheck. Some will say, just get a second job, but that's not always possible. In this video, we focus on how to stop living paycheck to paycheck if you only have one job. One of the first core steps is believing that we can change. Sometimes it seems like we will never step off this paycheck-to-paycheck wheel, and that things will always stay the same. But I'm here to tell you that is not true. Thousands of people every year figure out how to step off the paycheck-to-paycheck wheel and turn their finances around. And guess what? So can you. As the saying goes, the journey of a mile begins with a single step. Let's focus on the small steps we can take today. First, remove the keeping up with the Joneses mindset. Whether we realize it or not, some of us, on a subconscious level, try to impress everyone but ourselves. I remember my sociology professor loved to quote, "We buy things with the money we don't have to impress the people we don't like." We don't need to have the latest iPhone or Android phone or the latest sneakers or shoes. We also don't need to follow the latest TikTok trends either. I came across many comments on TikTok from users mentioning how easy it is for them to splurge on the TikTok shop. Here's a quick tip. Before you make an impulse purchase on TikTok or any other social media app, bookmark or save the item or send the item's link to your email address. This way, you're not buying on impulse or emotionally spending. If you're still thinking about it a few days later, then consider purchasing it. When you save it for later, you may find yourself forgetting about it. This method has saved me a lot of money. Second step, track every dollar. For the next 30 days, I want you to track every dollar. Keep receipts of everything. Even if you buy a pack of gum from the store, keep the receipt. If no receipt was given, immediately write down what you bought on paper or save it in the notes section on your phone. Be sure to include the date of the purchase. If you have an online bank account set up, look at everything that has been debited in the past 30 days. Log everything you buy on one document or physical paper. You will be surprised at what you bought without realizing it. If you are serious about getting off the paycheck-to-paycheck wheel, you will have to note everything you purchase because awareness of where your money goes is one of the most important steps. Next, challenge yourself with a no-spending month. Now, this one may be tough, but for 30 days, try implementing a no-spending challenge where you only buy essential items. Try to cut out everything that's considered non-essential. If you have Netflix or any other streaming service, try to pause for 1 month. That Starbucks drink you have every morning? Try to go without for 30 days. If 30 days seems undoable, then try for at least 2 weeks. 30 days might be too drastic for some, but 2 weeks or 14 days could be more doable. The point is, we want to give ourselves a time out on purchasing non-essentials so we can assess our patterns and adopt a more mindful approach to spending. Next, create a cash-only game. For the next 30 days, or at least 2 weeks, adopt a cash-only game. For specific transactions, use only cash. Studies have shown that people who use cash at the grocery store instead of their debit card or credit card are more mindful of what they purchase and usually spend less. Another recommendation is not to go to the grocery store when hungry, as you're more likely to buy food and things you don't need. And always make a list of what you need and stick to it. People who create lists are more likely to stay within their budget. Next, develop regular budgeting and financial planning check-ins. To stop living paycheck to paycheck, we have to conduct monthly budgeting check-ins. It doesn't matter if you're single and live alone, or in a relationship and maybe living with your partner, or partnered with children. A monthly budget check-in must be completed. Going over your finances on a weekly or monthly basis helps keep you accountable and creates transparency. These weekly or monthly budgeting sessions should focus on tracking expenses, understanding and acknowledging changes in your finances, adjusting where necessary, and prioritizing savings. Next on the list, prioritize savings. Piggybacking from my last point, we must prioritize savings. Just about 90% of financial experts agree with paying yourself first when you get paid. How much should you pay yourself? Well, It depends on what you can realistically afford. The general suggestion is 20% of your paycheck. If 20% is too much right now, then adjust the percentage. Even if finances are very tight, putting $5 or $10 into your savings from every paycheck is still something. Never downplay humble beginnings. The point is that you want to start building an emergency fund. You can always increase the amount later. One trick to get you into the habit of saving your money is treating it like a bill. Make it non-negotiable. The same way you must pay your rent or mortgage is how you need to treat your savings. Also, when you treat your savings like a bill, you are more likely to cut spending on non-essentials to make room for your savings bill. Automatic savings can help with this. It can help you set it and forget it. You can have your savings account automatically deduct money from your checking account every 2 weeks, preferably the day after you get paid. According to Forbes.com, most Americans have a standard savings account and are missing out on the potential free money that comes with having a high-yield savings account. Be sure to check out my video on the best financial accounts for budding wallets. These financial accounts help grow your money on autopilot. Quick question. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, what steps have you taken to increase your savings? Share your tips in the comment section. You never know, you may help someone. Next on the list, consider a financial coach. A financial coach could be just the person to help bring you one step closer to stepping off the paycheck-to-paycheck wheel. They can provide short and long-term financial maps for your individual needs and wants. And financial coaches also help keep you accountable and take personal responsibility by fostering doable and sustainable habits. A financial coach is different from a financial advisor, in that financial advisors tend to focus more on investment portfolios and tax planning. If a financial coach is not feasible at the moment, there are money apps that can help you track your expenses, set budgets, and more. They are usually free or have an affordable monthly subscription. So, there you have it. I mentioned some of the steps to stop living paycheck to paycheck without having to get another job. Breaking the paycheck to paycheck cycle is a game changer, and you're closer than ever to making it happen. The path is clear. Prioritize and track your spending, build an emergency fund, and keep pushing towards your goals. I challenge you to take one bold step this week. Cut one subscription or set up an automatic savings transfer of just $10. Small wins lead to big victories. Will you accept this challenge and start building your financial future now? Here at Budding Wallet, we've got your back. If this video has been helpful to you, liking it would mean a lot to us. What that does for us is give us an indication that we are building an audience and that we are creating helpful content for our viewers. It also lets YouTube know you found our content useful, and this helps us reach more people. Now, let's make our savings grow with these money accounts.